Walking over. Can you give me a clock up just so I can keep track of my time? Thank you. All right. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Happy Saturday to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz breaking down your Saturday evening forecast. It's going to be pretty quiet in the lowlands the next couple of days, though we'll still have some thunderstorms developing in the Cascades, especially on Sunday. We've already had some spotty storms, but they've been spotty. And tomorrow it's going to be similar, if anything, even more isolated than today. Our air quality has improved and it's going to continue to improve into our Sunday. We could have some more high level smoke moving in earlier in the week. And next week it's pretty much copy and paste. We'll have morning clouds and fog. That's going to clear. So the marine layer is going to take control pretty much every day, and then afternoon sunshine, except maybe closer to the coast. Let's talk about what's going on right now. So we're essentially being influenced, at least east of us, by a trough, so a low, and that's been tapping into some monsoonal moisture, taking advantage of the instability, the heat developing each and every day, the sunshine, and then thunderstorms have been developing along the Cascade Crest just the past couple of days. But most of it is staying well to the east now, more so on the eastern slopes. That will be the case into Sunday as well. And I'll show you on the futurecast. But temperature-wise, we may be close to normal, if not below normal. We still had a good bit of haze today, keeping temperatures a little cooler than normal. But tomorrow, Monday, close, if not at normal. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, a slight drop in our temperatures, but even then still very comfortable. No extreme weather this week, though it's dry. We know elevated fire danger, but not a widespread issue this side of the Cascades. But then we head to the end of the week and models are hinting that we could have a weather pattern change. And again, I'll break this all down for you. But let's talk about what's going on right now this evening. And you see blue sky. We also have some of that smoke and the haze. And then Lake Chelan, actually a good amount of people enjoying some time outside, even though air quality is still on the low side, but still better than previous days. We haven't had any extreme winds, so the firefighters and just everyone trying to take control of these fires out east, they haven't had to worry about any extreme or really strong winds, thankfully. And as you see, looking toward the east side, not much in the way of being able to see the Cascades, but still they're there, but we've had some improvements. And you see, even throughout the day, you're seeing some of those warmer colors. That's indicating some moderate smoke, not just at the surface, but more so aloft. And so a lot of this will continue to peel away, move to the north, and that will pave the way for good air quality as a whole for our Sunday. Overnight temperatures will dip down close to where they should be. Pretty quiet tonight everywhere you go, with more clouds developing. So that marine layer is going to push inland once again, and it may take some time for us to burn through some of these low clouds. But by the afternoon and evening, we should have mainly clear skies. Now, our afternoon high temperature is really dependent on how thick some of this haze could be tomorrow, or if it's really just fine in terms of visibility, or how quickly our low clouds will clear. But we're still expecting at least mid 70s, if not upper 70s, and then closer to the coast where we have that marine layer in full force, really going to be comfortable still in the 60s. But as a whole, air quality tomorrow, you see all of those green dots indicating good air quality, maybe closer to the Cascade foothills and closer to British Columbia, moderate air quality, and then east of the Cascades. And you see, we haven't seen this in quite some time. All of that gray is indicating air quality alerts. And so a good chunk of central Washington no longer included in that air quality alert for now. So once again, some improvements. In terms of it could move back in next week, there is a chance. We'll just have to see which days, but some of the models are indicating maybe Monday. But I wanted to show you how we head into Sunday. You see how a lot of those warm colors that I was talking about, that moderate smoke, moves more more to the north and then to the east. And so some light haze, a good possibility into Sunday. But then watch what happens into Monday. Some of it could drift back over the western side of the Cascades and moving back in from British Columbia. More than likely, it's going to be up in the sky, so aloft, but still definitely going to be something we'll have to watch into next week. But that marine layer overall should help things a little bit with that push of onshore winds, even if they're light. So let's talk about what's to come later in the week. So really no significant changes in our weather pattern, except maybe at the end of the week we have a high mainly to the east, and we'll have to see if this ridge takes control of our weather pattern or if we have a weakness in that ridge allowing a disturbance to just brush the region. Should that be the case, it would bring more clouds, maybe even a few showers. And the Weather Prediction Center saying yes, there's that possibility. And over the span of the next 7 days, maybe a couple of 1/100ths of an inch, not a lot, but showing that potentially. If anything, it may just bring more clouds into our area and then cooler temperatures. So we'll see. That's a week from now. In terms of the latest drought monitor, a lot of people are wondering, well, where do we stand? And surprisingly, just abnormally dry. And I say just because it seems like we've been so dry. The grass is crunchy. Now we have some spots, the Olympic Peninsula as well as the Kitsap Peninsula, under a moderate drought. So the scale goes from D0, which is that yellow color, abnormally dry, to D4, which is exceptional drought. That's that maroon color. And so most of the western side of the Cascades under D0 or D1. And the reason why is, yes, we've had a decent amount of rain for the year, but still, we're still below normal of where we should be, but not terrible, at least for now. July, August are driest months, as we well know. And this is a product that shows for the past 120 days. So you figure at least 3 to 4 months of where we've really been sitting to, in terms of our percent of normal precipitation. And most of Puget Sound, as expected, 70% of normal. And so we're still not terrible in terms of, you see 50% where we have worse drought conditions, only 50% over the past 4 months. So we're not closer to that 40 to 50 to even 60% range. So that's likely why we are abnormally dry, not considered under a moderate drought. So that D1. In terms of how much rain we've had, and this is likely why, again, even though we had wetter months earlier in the year, but SeaTac is only a little bit close to 1.5 inches below normal. So it's nothing extreme right now. And Olympia, a little closer to 3 inches below normal, but Bellingham, you're actually in a surplus, almost 1 inch above normal. And as I showed you, not a lot of rain is expected, especially the next 7 days, and we'll just have to see. Of course, we want that rain, even if it's just a little bit, but it's not looking all too promising. But we are getting closer and closer to the wetter months. So once again, we are going to stay dry the next at least 6 days, and we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, morning clouds, afternoon sun, at least partly sunny. Temperatures in the 70s. We're not looking at any 90s, thankfully, unless you're a fan of that. But no, we don't have that in the forecast, at least not for the next 7 to 10 days, maybe longer. And high temperatures as we wrap up August are leaning more closer to normal, if not below normal.